LeetCode 452. I'm in finals week, so I'm not sure how I'll do, but we'll have our best at it. There are some spherical balloons taped on a flat wall that represents an XY plane. The balloons are represented as a 2D integer array point, where point I is equal to x start and x end. Interesting. Denotes a balloon whose horizontal diameter stretches from between x and n. You don't exactly know the exact y coordinates of the balloon. Arrows can shoot up directly vertically in the positive y direction from different points along the x-axis. The balloon with x and y is burst with an arrow shot at x. If it just isn't in range. There's no limit of arrows to come shot. A shot keeps traveling up indifferently and bursting any balloons to pat. Given the array of points, return the minimum number of arrows that must be shot to burst all balloons. Okay, this is immediately just like a number of unique intervals if we merge it all, but anyways, let's have at it. Well, not unique. Well, it's so inputs are points, which is not any ordinary 2D array. Start x and start end x. Let's do this. Start x and end x are how long a particular balloon is. Basically an interval of the balloon. And output is minimum number of arrows to pop all balloons. What does quantify? A balloon is popped. I'm spelling this wrong. A balloon is popped if if popped at x, start x less than x less than end x. Okay, so this is definitely an interval problem, but let's have a example of this. So we're given this example 10, 16, 2, 8, 1, 6, and 7, 12. So let's sort it by the starting x right here, right? So that's the case. 1, 6, 2, 8, 7, 12, and 10, 16, right? So clearly there's an interval right here, and then there's an interval right here, right? Okay, so looking at this, we can condense this into one interval, but more importantly, the intersection of both these intervals, right? So this could be condensed to 2, 6, right? That's the intersection. But what that means is, if we just want to pop these two balloons, we can just pop at x in between any of these two values, right? That's all that matters. So x can be popped within any of these, between 2 to x, and it'll pop these two balloons. Okay, with that, these two can definitely be condensed, right? So that'll be condensed into 10 and 12, I believe. Yeah. So if we want to pop these two balloons, we just have to pop between 10 and 12, because if we do 10, it'll pop this and this for sure, and if we do 12, it'll pop this and this for sure as well, right? So we just define all the intervals, find all the intersections of all the intervals, and so the ending array should have no overlap at all, and return the length of this array. Okay, so how would I quantify this as find the intersection of these arrays? So instinctively, what I would do is like I would start this index, and I guess we can start looking. Let's assume we can look forward for now. So I look at this index, and then I look at this. I look at this interval, and look at this interval, and I see since I'm sorting it by this start index, the end index has to be greater than this, right? Because if I were to remove this one, these intervals are obviously not interleaving because the end of this is less than, strictly less than this interval, right? If I had this, that is definitely overlapping, right? The overlapping of this would just be 6, 6. But anyways, so interlap is end of I minus 1 is greater than the start of I, right? If that's the case, well, let's do I. Okay, we assume I plus 1. Intervals at I is equal to the x is going to be the maximum of I and I plus 1, right? The I plus 1, 0, and I plus this one 0, and the minimum of I1 and I plus 1, 1, right? So you keep on doing that, and you keep on having for, so you initialize I is equal to 0, and then while I is less than, I'm gonna do this. It's the length of array. If interlap, we have to do this. I guess we have to somehow remove. Okay, so I think what we can do. Okay, well, okay, points on like this one, at least one. Okay, so we can have an output array with initializing of intervals of 0. We have I is equal to 1, so you get the interval at intervals at I. Okay, so I guess like this, if we're doing this, then we're doing obviously I minus 1. But I think logically that's sound, because if okay, well, first we need to sort by first index, sort by start index. If there's interlap, we do the merge, and increment I. But else, if there's no interlap, add this add interval to output, and then also increment I. So I guess this can be outside, but I think that should make sense. And then you just return the length of output R. And there's no edge case of like this being a problem, because we're going to that points length is 1. We're also going to this is 2, and then this is just the start and end will be a very long number, so that's fine. So with that, I think let's get started. So let's do sort by start index. I don't quite remember how to do that, so we'll leave that to be. We'll tackle it later. We'll have an output array is equal to what is the actual thing? Points is 0. I is equal to 1, while I is less than length of points. So interval is equal to points at I. So if interlap, so what is interlapping here? If output R, the top value of that, if its ending thing, end index is greater than the interval starting index. If that's the case, output R -1 is equal to What do you want? Max. Sorry. Output of -1, 0. An interval 0, and then the min of output -1, 1, an interval 1, right? Else, let's do I plus equals 1. This could be a for loop. I thought but anyways, that's fine. That's and then if that's not the case, I'll put r.append interval and then return the length of output. Okay, let's go through an example. Okay, so let's do this interesting and kind of tough one. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, I think mine will make sense with this. That's fine. Because the interesting part of this, which is the edge case, I didn't realize, like every single, like if we just isolate these two, this definitely overlaps, this overlaps, this overlaps. But if we were to look at just like these two definitely overlap, so you hit here, and then this would remove this index. So now we only have these two, and then we look at these two. The overlap point is this, right? So the overlap points, even though all four of these arrays interlap, the interlap points are this, this, and this. And I guess we can be greedy in that sense. I don't know. You'd want to prioritize a bigger amount, but that's fine. Anyways, so output array is this initial of 1, right? So it's 1, 2. So index is at this one. So intervals here. If output array, if it's top one, if this one is greater than or equal to, okay, so that's a good point, equal to. Greater than or equal to this, the one, which is true. Output array is equal to the max of start this one and this one. So it'll become 2 here. And the minimum of this, so it's 2 and 2, right? So now output array is 2, 2. Let's mark this here. 2, 2. And then you increment I. Then you get to this interval is output arrays of 1, which is 2, greater than or equal to this 3. That is not the case, right? So so we just append 3 to 4 to here. So now we have 3, 4. And then from there, we go to this interval right here. And then that is so we check -1 of this, so this index is greater than or equal to this index, which is true. So we overlap it, intersection, I plus 1 goes out of bounds, and return the length. Okay, let's run it. Oh, I see output array. Sweet. All right, just one syntax. Let's see if it passes. No. Okay, use test case. Oh my gosh, I didn't sort. Oh my gosh, I didn't sort. Okay. Points. Okay, I'm gonna use auto sort by lambda lm of 0. I think this will work. How do I interval? Let's go through my other ones. Because I definitely have a lambda here. Okay, let's just go with then. How to sort an array with custom key. How do I sort an array of arrays with custom key? Okay, hold on. Merge intervals. Okay. Oh, I see. Key is equal to this. Key is equal to. Okay, there you go. Awesome. All right. So, learning keys, learning situation is definitely follow the notes you have. I could put all caps and catch my eyes, and catch obviously just basic syntax errors, and then also review is also helpful to catch this. Right. Sounds good. See you tomorrow.